Welcome to Awesome Feature Friday from AllThingsCX. This week we're going to take a look at digital reporting within CXone. Now, if you have migrated your channels from legacy digital, such as email, chat, across to the new digital experience channels within CXone, which include over 30 different channels supported, you might be looking around reporting, getting a bit frustrated trying to find the data. And if you go into your standard reporting within CXone, you aren't really going to find it. The contacts history report, the active contacts are all centered around the historical legacy ACD that is voice, and it is those legacy email chat channels, for example. So what you need to do within CXone is firstly start looking at your BI reports. If you haven't had BI reports turned on, they've been around for a couple of years now, well worth taking a look. You might need to go into your roles and permissions to get them turned on, and also to turn on individual reports. Now, one thing to note here is from a licensing perspective, CXone does charge for BI reports once over 10% of the number of total agents use the reports. However, it's a nominal charge, not very high, and check in with your CXone or your vendor management team to understand what that looks like. Realistically, you're not going to have that many people looking at reports on CXone. But the BI reports are there to give you more data, and also more data in an accessible manner. Now, what we're going to do is we are going to take a look at this in a couple of different ways. I am going down here to look at just digital, for example, and we've got digital messages. Or if I also add in contact, then we've got some contact details as well. Now, the beauty about all of this is that it isn't just your reporting, but also once you bring those digital channels in, you could potentially be evaluating them. So into quality management. I haven't got one of those preloaded, but we'll get one of those loading up actually now. So let's change that. Let's get rid of those two focuses, and I'm going to have a look at evaluation by team. And we'll get this running in the background while I look through another couple of reports. If you are someone that demos CXone, you'll notice I have a lot of tabs open. The BI reports do take a little while to run. So this would be dead time within a demo where we'll be asking everyone, well, how was your weekend? Isn't the weather lovely, etc., etc. So you'll see how much time that we have taken there. We'll come back to this one in a bit though. So first one is add digital messages. Digital messages, exactly what it says on the tin, every single digital message. We can see your total contacts, your messages by agent, average durations, average customer messages. You can drill and have a look at every single agent. So here, how long I'm taking to respond. So 36 seconds, not bad actually. Normally because I'm in the demo, I can see how many customer messages there have been, etc., etc. I can also go into detailed per message response. I can drill into these. I can make them a bit bigger. You can go full screen. So it really is making that data quite accessible to you. And we can have a look at that and we can isolate that data. What you can't do on some of these is click through, whereas other BI reports you can. However, we can apply some filters. So we can decide what we want this to look like. I might, for example, click on team name and clear all and just add AllThingsCX. Let's not pick on all of the other nice partners there are in the world and just look at our own performance and see who has been responding and when. So that's your digital messaging. Actually, it gives a really good breakdown of everything you've been running. I have had some interactions today. They just haven't quite popped through yet, or are they starting to? No, that's April. That's the date in reverse to me on this side of the Atlantic. We move across to digital agent contact performance. This doesn't give you any filter options at the start, so when you first prompt it. So what we need to do is then go in, and again, we're just going to go into our team names. We're going to clear them all and add AllThingsCX only. Click on only there, it makes life easier. We're going to apply that and look at only our own performance. We can see what the average response time is across different channels here in the average handle time. It might be your agent is spending more time in certain channels over others. That gives you some insight into how they're working, where they might potentially need assistance as well. Another report is the campaign summary. So this is combining with voice now. So you get your average handle times. Again, I'm going to chop out a lot of the automatic data in here. Let's see how best to do that. I am going to have a look at campaigns. If we take out auto agents, I think that will make our life a lot easier. Taking a little while to apply, but then you can break it down and understand what's going on a per campaign basis. This one, because it is hyperlinked, we can click into it and learn a bit more. Takes us into that campaign summary. So that's something to look for here as well. Again, taking a little while to load. So if you are someone that is demoing CXone, just be cognizant of this. Don't necessarily be clicking through as I have done there. In fact, I'm going to move on. So if you have got quality management in CXone, having all those digital channels now means you can have a look at this on a per channel basis. So if we have a look here, let's move my head out the way for a moment to over there. If I look at our auto agents, we can see who is being scored on a per channel basis. And we can see there's an employee one there, but what I also need to do is have a look at AllThingsCX. We can see I'm scoring 100 on Facebook Messenger, 0 on voice. WhatsApp, someone has been scored here, for example. We can start to see different scores, and potentially, again, we use our filters. I don't think we can filter on channel type at the moment, from what I recall. But again, giving you some more data to look at and potentially find trends in your contact center. The other place where digital reporting has got a huge amount better within NICE is the new CXone dashboard. So the new CXone dashboard came into GA at the start of 2024, and with it has come a number of different types of widget. One is the metric widget, which I'm using in a couple of different places here. If I go into this widget, I can decide to make this horizontal, vertical. I can check my settings. And what you'll see here is I've called it digital KPI. I can say what's relevant, and I can select my metrics. So I could have 6 different categories of metric here. So you've got your classical ACD, then you've got your ACD real time. So obviously historical through a day, ACD real time, your coaching, digital first, guide. So if you're using guide on your website, for example, and quality management, which seems to have got bigger since last time I looked at it. But for the focus of this session, we have all of these different digital first metrics we can choose from. You can have up to 8 in one metrics bar, but you can have as many metric bars as you like. So potentially what we do is we cancel out of this, we cancel out of that, we duplicate this. It is then going to appear at the bottom. So we'll move it back up to the top. There we go. So now they look identical, but what we might do here now is get rid of all of those digital ones and bring some others in. Clear all of them out, go to digital, and what we're going to suggest now is average customer response, agent message count, average handle time, tags, if you're using tags, follow-on response count, focus time, follow-on response, and we've got one more. So let's go with pending, because that means it hasn't hit anyone just yet. Let's hit save, and we'll see that data will change around. Now, what you can't do with this one just yet is apply thresholds, but elsewhere within the stack, you can now start to bring thresholds in. You can bring your metrics across. So if we have a look at this one here, which is a metrics interval, then we go into that setting and we can say what we want this to be about as well. So this is handle time, but we could go in and again, go into digital, and potentially what we're going to do is look for handle time for digital. Add that as well. Plot that against the voice, see how it looks. There is a lot of voice traffic on this, but we can see now the digital alongside the voice where we've got our peaks. So if you have adopted digital on CXone, there is a huge amount of data that you can now call upon to bring into your reporting, to your live dashboards, giving you a lot more insight into how your business and your customer experience is performing. Thank you very much for joining us.